G'day guys, my name is Jaden, welcome back to my channel. I'm at Antigua VC Bird International Airport in the Caribbean. Today I'll be flying Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-900 from here to Heathrow with a stop via Barbados. Now without further ado, let's go in and check in. You might be wondering what Antigua is like, so I got you some videos. The main airport in this country, Antigua and Barbuda, is the VC Bird International Airport, and it's on the Antigua Island. Both British Airways and Virgin Atlantic fly to this island. BA fly to Gatwick, Virgin fly to Heathrow. I just share a taxi with two other couples. They were all flying BA back to Gatwick, it's a non-stop flight. Virgin fly to Heathrow, fly via Barbados, Bridgetown Airport. During the layover, passengers are going to stay on board. There'll be a crew change, and there'll be passengers joining us from Bridgetown Airport. Check-in was quick and easy. There was barely anyone at the Virgin check-in. The Virgin Atlantic staff at this airport are really friendly. Our check bags are checked all the way for Heathrow Airport. We have received 2 boarding passes at the check-in counter. So the first boarding pass is Antigua to Bridgetown, Barbados, and then the second boarding pass is Barbados to London Heathrow. We won't be using the second pass at all because we're going to stay on board in Barbados. Once you've checked in, you'll find security and immigration upstairs. There was a really long queue today. There was our flight to London Heathrow, a BA flight to Gatwick, and there was an American Airlines flight for Miami. Virgin Atlantic Premium Economy passengers don't get lounge access. Even if we did today, we won't have any time, because once we've cleared security, they were already calling our flight for boarding. For some reason, they were boarding this flight way before the scheduled boarding time.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Okay.
Lovely. Thanks very much. Taking us all the way to London Heathrow is a Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-300 with a registration Golf Victor Whiskey Alpha Golf. That's a British Airways Boeing 777-200. It's a flight that goes from St. Kitts via Antigua to Gatwick.
Morning, good evening.
24C.
24C just down here on the
Thank
right.
you. Welcome on board this Virgin Atlantic A330. Premium Economy is laid out in a 232 configuration. It's a very comfortable configuration. My seat today, 24A, the second last row in this cabin. This cabin is quite large for Premium Economy. There's a total of 48 seats. So my first impression, the seats look really comfy, like big sofa chairs. Right now, I'm showing you the recline. So your Premium Economy seat does come with a footrest but not leg rest. If you're seated at the first row, the bulkhead, the cabin crew will provide you with a footstool. Here's a quick look at the economy class cabin. Although this flight is bound for London, the first leg of this journey is only going to be 50 minutes, so we're not going to get a proper long-haul premium experience. For example, there was no welcome drink. There wasn't also a pillow, but then they gave us headsets and a blanket. They also handed out amenity kit. Inside you'll find eye shade, socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, and earplugs. So I don't expect a full meal on this short flight to Barbados, but I don't see any harm in giving us pillows and a welcome drink. Even a bottle of water would be nice. Allow me to go through the seat features with you. Here's your tiny touchscreen TV. As you can tell, it's an older seat. Below you'll find a TV remote. Here's a USB port. And then for this seat pocket, you'll find your safety card. There isn't a separate pouch for your personal items. Every Premium Economy seat comes with a adjustable footrest. You can adjust the height and angle to your liking. This can't be used during taxi takeoff and landing. You'll find your seat recline button right here, also your headphone jack. Mum says in Cantonese, this footrest is very good. In addition to the USB port below the TV, there's universal power sockets right here. When it's time to eat, you'll find your tray table inside your armrest.
If you'd like to join the club today, start collecting points for a range of exciting benefits, then do look for flying for the in-flight entertainment or speak with a member of the cabin crew. We'd also like to welcome our Virgin Atlantic holiday customers and those joining us from our flight Alliance and other share partners. While you are settling in, please do place larger bags into the overhead lockers, but do not place any bottles overhead as they may break or leak. These should be placed under the seat in front of you. If you are sitting in next to a front row seat, the floor area must be kept completely clear. Please leave the overhead.
So I started this holiday back in Hong Kong 2 weeks ago. I flew BA from Hong Kong to Heathrow. I stayed in London for a few days, and then I flew American Airlines all the way to Chicago and Toronto. I was travelling around Ontario for a few days, and then from Toronto I flew American Airlines via Miami to Antigua. All the airlines I was travelling with the past 2 weeks are with me right now. Isn't that special and cute? There's clearly something wrong with me.
Flight Legs Senior First Officer Mike Ellis. I know the crew have introduced themselves. It's very, very quick, just to let you know that flight time is 50 minutes.
Thank you for flying with us today. You're no doubt keen to lose yourself in our dazzling world of entertainment. But first we're going to show you a safety film. It helps explain the safety equipment and procedures of this particular aircraft. It gives you an idea. There is a light and a whistle to attract attention.
We left the gate here at Antigua slightly before schedule. This is a very empty flight from Antigua to Barbados. Only 5 passengers, including myself and Mum, in premium. On this journey to Heathrow, you've got your TV for entertainment and also in-flight Wi-Fi. It's a very old system, like for example for the selection of movies, you can't just simply slide across the screen, you'll have to press the button for next page. But overall, I think they've got a good selection of TV shows and movies. And now for the Wi-Fi, unfortunately it's not free of charge, even if you're sat in upper class. You'll be able to connect to the Virgin Atlantic Wi-Fi after takeoff. Once connected, this portal should pop up. You can select your plan based on your budget and need. So as it turns out, there's in-flight service on today's flight to Barbados. It's a very simple service. You get some biscuits and also OJ or water. Because there are so few passengers on today's flight, the crew never pushed out the trolley. So one crew handed out biscuits, another crew had a OJ jug on one hand, water on another hand, and then a third crew member was holding cups. As they walk through the cabin, you tell them what you want to drink. If you want more anything like biscuits or drinks, simply ask your cabin crew.
Armrest down. Let all the window blinds are open, but you also need to make sure your tray table and the rest of your cabin is already downstairs. These items should be put into the pockets or as in a piece of
We've already started our descent into Bridgetown Airport in Barbados. I'll quickly conclude today's flight, a 15-minute flight from Antigua to Barbados, right here, right now. All the Virgin staff we've interacted with have been so nice and friendly, including the crew and ground staff. At Antigua Airport, there was a dedicated lane for premium. There was also priority boarding for premium economy. There's nothing too fancy about today's 15-minute flight, other than the big seat. The good things always come later, and thankfully the service would feel so much more premium on the flight from Barbados to Heathrow. Now enjoy the approach and landing into Barbados. I'll talk to you once again, once we've touched down at Bridgetown Airport.
There'll be a crew change here in Barbados, so if you are continuing to London, it's been our pleasure to serve you on this part of the trip. For those customers disembarking here, please ensure you have all your personal belongings with you. Customers remaining on board, please ensure you remain in your allocated seats. This will help to speed up the procedures on the ground to Barbados. Before you leave us, remember to check around your seats and in your seat pockets to make sure that you've got everything with you. And when you're opening the overhead lockers, be careful as items may be moved during landing.
The beautiful island of Barbados. We're just pulling onto our parking stand now, so please do remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened until we've come to a complete and final stop and turned off that fasten seatbelt sign. Please also do bear in mind that we are doing a crew change here, so please follow the instructions of the cabin crew and we'll get this done as quickly as we can for you. Cabin crew, thank you very much, you've been amazing. Please prepare the doors for arrival.
During the layover in Barbados, you can recline your seat and enjoy the in-flight entertainment.
As our caterers carry out their work, for your own safety you should stay seated until they've left. To help make sure your children are safe, please pay particular attention to keeping them in their seats. If you need to use the toilets during this time, please don't cross the warning barriers or cones across the aisles and at the galleys and the exit areas. Please follow the instructions of the crew to help keep you safe during this busy time. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. The entertainment will continue to be available whilst we're here at Barbados. Thank you.
There's a British Airways Boeing 787-9 parked right next to us. That's also going to Heathrow. The cabin crew from Antigua to Barbados are still on board with us, and the Barbados cleaning crew just joined us. Now the new set of crew flying from Barbados to Heathrow are now getting on board. They're going to say hello and goodbye to our Antigua to Barbados crew.
Hello.
Good, thanks.
To London Heathrow this afternoon. We will have some customers joining us very shortly, but in the meantime we are just having the aircraft refueled and recatered. So please just sit back and relax. I will make sure the in-flight entertainment is on for you to be able to watch while we wait here on the ground in Barbados, and the process here will be as quick as possible for you all. Thank you.
The new set of crew that just joined us are now preparing the cabin for Heathrow. They gave us the menu card and also a pillow each. It's a pillow without a pillowcase. Literally yuck and disgusting. This isn't acceptable in economy, let alone premium economy. Passengers on the Barbados to Heathrow flight are now joining us.
My name's Dr. Jenny Casting, calling in flight deck. Is the first stop service for safe and the company cabin is right now. Okay.
The Virgin Atlantic Premium Economy service officially begins on this second sector from Barbados to Heathrow. First we get a welcome drink. I got a glass of champagne, or maybe it was Prosecco.
Power sockets or USB ports for our takeoff. Any larger laptops should be switched off completely and stowed securely. Should you have any queries with this at all, please do speak to a member of the cabin crew. We are just finalising the last bits of paperwork up the front of the aircraft here. So as soon as that's completed, we will have you underway shortly with a flight time of 7 hours 50 minutes to London. Thank you.
In communities and young people affected.
We use the strength of our team and aircraft.
Hello there. We're delighted to welcome you on board Virgin Atlantic. The aisles and exits need to be kept clear.
Strap like this. If there's an airbag attached, make sure it's not twisted. You can open your seatbelt like this.
For our departure out of Barbados this evening, so if I could ask the cabin crew to take their seats, thank you. Seatbelt signs are still on. Please do keep your seatbelt fastened. Turbulence can happen at any time, so we do strongly recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are in your seat, even if the fastened seatbelt signs are not illuminated. And if you are using a blanket or duvet, please fasten your seatbelt over the top so that we can see clearly, and this will save us disturbing you during the evening. Be careful if you open your overhead locker in flight, as items may have moved during our takeoff, and any form of smoking, including electronics, smokeless cigarettes and vaping, is not allowed on board, and all of our toilets are equipped with smoke detectors. If you are connecting your electronic equipment to the in-seat power supply, please do not leave it connected while you're not using it, and if your device becomes hot or produces smoke or flame or falls into the seat structure, do not move the seat position and inform a crew member immediately. Our flight time this evening is approximately 7 hours and 50 minutes, so this should see us into London Heathrow around 7 o'clock in the morning, subject to any air traffic control restrictions. We would like you to take time to enjoy Vera, where you will find hours of great entertainment, and you'll also find this is a completely full flight this evening, and the crew will endeavour to take every step to ensure you're comfortable and taken care of this evening.
The in-flight service started shortly after takeoff. It was a cocktail service. I went for a ginger ale. The crew also gave me a glass of ice. The glass of ice definitely made this a bit more premium and fancier. There was also a packet of savoury snacks. My mum went for Coke and Bacardi. I'm currently watching YouTube on my phone. No, I didn't pay for the Wi-Fi, but I got YouTube Premium, so I pre-downloaded some movies. Dinner was served 1 hour after the cocktail service. Mum and I have pre-ordered. Your meal choices are the same online and on board, but obviously if you've chosen online, your choice is guaranteed. So we have a cucumber, tomato, mozzarella and olive salad, a raspberry cheesecake for dessert, here's a cheese platter, we got bread and butter, a packet of crackers, you can have it with the cheese. For my main course, I went for the Asian barbecue chicken on fried rice. There was a large piece of kale on top to keep the moisture. On the meal tray, we also got extra glassware, metal utensils, and salt and pepper airplane containers. It's a very substantial meal. Your tray is full of stuff. Even the main itself is quite big. There are so many chunks of chicken meat. Literally every bite you have of the fried rice, you can have a chunk of chicken. I'm actually quite full now. I could literally take this away, have it for lunch tomorrow, and I'll still be quite full. Here's what my mum got. Lemon and garlic, pan-seared mahi-mahi. Mahi-mahi is a type of fish. It's very common in the Caribbean. It was a great dinner service. The food was delicious, the portion was huge, and I like how there was a cocktail service before dinner. Here's the dessert, raspberry cheesecake. I'm not a big fan personally, I prefer regular cheesecake. But as far as a raspberry cheesecake goes, this wasn't too bad. The crew came back shortly to collect your meal trays, and they offered a round of hot beverages. I went for a decaf English tea with oat milk. Mum went for a Twinings sleep tea. I like how on many US and UK carriers, they often have oat milk on board now. By the way, the second leg, from Barbados to Heathrow, is completely full. The cabin crew just switched off the cabin light for people to rest. We got approximately 5 hours until landing. I just slept for 2 hours. We're now in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm now going to walk around the cabin to stretch. So in front of Premium Economy, there's a lavatory for Premium Economy guests. There's also a tiny snack bar. It's self-serve. They got some snacks and non-alcoholic beverages like still and sparkling water and juices. Behind the curtain is the upper class bar. There they'll have some champagne, red and white wines, and also you can order cocktails. For those seated in Premium Economy, I would strongly recommend using the eye mask, which is provided in your amenity kit due to the light coming from the galley. About 90 minutes before landing, the crew switched on the lights once again for the breakfast service. For both dinner and breakfast, you've got 3 options. For breakfast, there are French toast, omelette, and also a cooked breakfast. You're currently looking at the omelette option. On the side, we've got a yogurt and cinnamon bun. Here's a tiny fruit platter. So here's the chive omelette. It's got kale as well, and potatoes. It was really good. I like how thick the omelette was. My mum opted for the cooked breakfast, basically English breakfast. It's got bacon, scrambled eggs, pork sausage, and also baked beans. And for drink, I went for coffee and oat milk. The cooked breakfast was also another excellent choice. The crew just came back to collect meal tray. I was quite full, but I'm certain that I could finish the cinnamon bun later, so I kept it. I just went back to the lavatory. Towards the end of the flight, there was no tissues left, no facial tissues, and no toilet papers. When I got back to my seat, the crew are preparing for landing. They also handed out candies to every passenger in Premium Economy.
Just to provide with information for you for London Heathrow, it's illegal to bring any meat or dairy. Seat arm checks, please ensure that your seatbelt is fastened going tight, your seatback is upright and the armrest is down. All window blinds have to be completely open for landing. All area completely clear. If there is a need to evacuate the aircraft, please do leave all baggage behind. Large electronic devices now need to be switched off and put away in your bag. Portable electronic devices must be disconnected from our in-seat power sockets and USB ports for landing. Once you've got everything away, just once again double check that your seatbelt is securely fastened. Please read the safety information card located in your seat pocket and just take a quick look where your nearest exits are. Remember the nearest usable one may be behind you. Just to assist the teams on the ground when we arrive into Heathrow, as the cabin crew pass through securing for landing, we just ask you to have a look around your seat in your seat pocket and pass any rubbish or service items you may have collected during the night. Thank you.
We're landing into London Heathrow soon. I'll quickly conclude this flight from Barbados to Heathrow right here, right now. Perhaps the only downside and thing that made me upset about this flight was the pillow. It was really disgusting. I wouldn't even donate that or let my cat sleep on it. Other than that, the flight was really good. It started off with a glass of champagne on the ground, followed by the cocktail service and dinner after takeoff. There was a full breakfast service before landing. Everything was delicious, and the portion was substantial. Virgin Atlantic offer a great selection of drinks on board premium economy, from decaf coffee and tea, to a selection of cocktails and mocktails. We got a really old Virgin Premium Economy product on this A330-300, yet it was really comfortable. I didn't have any trouble finding a good position to fall asleep. When I booked this flight a few months ago, it was scheduled to be an Airbus A350-900. I was a bit sad when they switched it to the A330-300, but I'm glad that this flight was still very comfortable. The cabin crew on both sectors were really friendly, couldn't fault them for anything. So that's it for the conclusion, and my first time flying Virgin Atlantic Premium Economy. On my channel, you'll be able to find Virgin Atlantic, Economy Class, and Upper Class trip reports. So that's it from me today. There's no vlog at the end due to the longer video today. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and share. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Every Thursday, I upload a new flight video like this one on my channel.
Welcome to London Heathrow, where the local time here is coming up to 7:10 in the morning. That's 40 minutes ahead of our scheduled arrival time, so nice and early. Please do keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt signs, and you are now free to use your mobile phones. As we do need to keep all exits and aisles clear, we will return any items we stowed you as soon as we arrive at the gate. Before you leave us, remember to check around your seats and in the seat pockets to make sure that you have got everything with you. And when you're opening the overhead lockers, please do so with care, as items may have moved during a landing. If you would like to donate any loose change or foreign currency to our community impact causes, there will be a collection bag available as you pass through the aircraft door. And next time you travel, please remember to download the Virgin Atlantic app from the App Store to manage your booking and check-in online. We hope you've enjoyed your time on board with us this evening. We know you do have a choice of airlines to fly into London, and on behalf of the captain, myself and the crew, we thank you for choosing Virgin Atlantic. That's a goodbye for now. Have a safe onward journey, and we look forward to welcoming you back on board again soon. And if you do require wheelchair assistance at London Heathrow this morning, we would kindly ask that you remain in your seat, and the cabin crew will assist you to the aircraft door, where you will be able to obtain your wheelchair assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, that's so kind.
Thank you. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. A big shout out and thank you to all my Patreon members for your contribution to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. Can't wait to see you all next Thursday. Bye!